us today in Satyrian energy as above, so below. To each and every one of you guys, if this is your first time in my life, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. Those are the African traditional religions by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. To each and every one of you guys, when I say Satyrian energy, that is about structure, that is about karma, that is about binding, that is about prosperity, that is about healing. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, excited to be here with you on this Satyrian day. The day of the metal would be lead. My auntie used to tell me, how your hammer hanging? I said, auntie, it's hanging low. You understand? Well, praise God to each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. First of all, salutations to my madrina, to my padrino, to my oba, to my brothers and sisters, Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Ajay. What's up there? First of all, wait a minute. Y'all came in a little bit. Then I got my Stormy Sagittarius from Detroit. Then I got my Aphrodisiac on Saturday, Natasha Foster. Then I got my Gemini Demetrius in the house. They got Mama Susan Demetrius. To each and every one of you guys, happy Satyrian day. I like the way Natasha says it. Happy Satyrian day. Excited about Satyrian energy. Normally people are not excited about Satyrian energy because they don't understand its energy, its frequency, and vibration. But since that's my destiny star, it behooves me to have an understanding. Even though I'm a Sagittarius, Moon in Aries, and rising sign Pisces, it's important. So I also want to say hello to my Pisces. Now y'all know I'm excited. Y'all know I'm excited. Because this is all about tutorial, this is about teaching, it's about education, and how things relate to your magical practices, and how you get certain things to come to fruition. And I have a high success rate in when I'm manifesting. And these are some of the principles that I apply in my life in order to achieve these goals. And I, certain man, would love for many melanated people to take on their, all right, I'm looking great. Mafedi Fun Ochosi. I am Crown Mafedi Fun Oya and Mafedi Fun Bablu Aye. I am also I am definitely operating with hitting that target on today. And guys, let me tell you something. I have been doing magic since I was a child. I'm 51 years of age. On December I'll be 52. And one of the things that I have been trying and desperately trying to target, as in, that's why I hit that like button. I have been desperately trying to target is to try to educate. And one of the things about education and tutelage, when you have not been raised to actually listen and to learn, then you have a hard time sitting and processing information that may be helpful and needful for your everyday journey. The reason why I do not teach my personal practices or my give my personal opinions on things is because in order for me to do that, that means everybody that watches me has to have my same measure, my same gift, my same abilities, and that is not true. When I teach universal law, it applies to no matter who you are. Universal laws are applicable to each and every individual, and so therefore it doesn't matter if you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Christian, atheist, whether you're gay, straight, bi, rich, poor, educated, uneducated. Universal laws apply to each and every person. Saturn energy affects each and every person, whether you believe in it or not, whether you participate in the energy of Saturn or not. If you're a Capricorn or you're Aquarius, you already understand. So these are the things that I find very essential to progression, because of the fact that my North Node sits in Capricorn, and also in the house of Sagittarius, Capricorn sits in there. Saturn is the second biggest planet in our solar system. The size of it does not always means the impact, because Mercury is a small planet, but it has a great impact on our lives because it is a part of the body and the energy by which we operate, influence, or are influenced. I thank God that I am a communicator of knowledge. What's up, my 69? Just saw you. I've been looking for my glasses. That's why I came on earlier, but I don't know if I left them in my truck. I don't know what I did with them. I normally get an extra pair of glasses, but because of what they cost, I didn't get an extra pair, but I need to go get an extra pair. Because I'm tired of always looking for one thing. All right, if you want to live, I suggest you to go fly over there. Oh, you don't want to live? I'm a Sagittarius. I was raised by a Virgo. You don't want to live. All right. Still coming over here for some more? They see that light. Come into the light. Now, the subject on today, to all of you guys, hit that like button, hit those shares. Practicality of magic. Now, I'm going to tell you why it's important, and I'm going to tell you also why people overlook practicality. Because the mere fact that people think that magic is Hollywood and is snapping of the fingers, because people think that magic is not decision making, because people overlook a lot of people like me that teach out here, is because they feel like if they burn a candle, light an incense, do an offering, sacrifice it, that eradicates their actions. It eradicates how they think, how they function in the world, and they're still going to get whatever it is that they're trying to get. Well, we know that's a misnomer. We know that's not the truth. And so therefore, when people want to learn real magic, real conjure, real spirituality, then they want to understand how things work. The soberness of Saturn is mythology. Mythology is the methods by which a person implements their actions, whether it is prayer, whether it is candle magic, whether it's incense burns, whatever we do. These are the methods by which we implement when it comes to things that we may have need of, or certain things we want to do. What's up, my Demetrius Gemini in the house? Now, in growth, in spirituality, I was given this particular contest and challenge. Now, I want to say before I get started, nobody hit the mark. The tribe did not hit the 1,500, and the saints did not hit the 1,200. Oh, hold on. First of all, salutations to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Now, this exercise was given to me to teach a lesson. And I have been teaching various of lessons and tools and about the graveyard work and ancestry. And one of the things I want to talk about today, utilizing this particular challenge, is hitting the mark no matter what. In the church world, we say 99.5 won't do. And this is something that I have, I actually learned this from my mother very young, and then seeing how it works out in life. And so if you give me the opportunity on this Saturday to share why these type of challenges matter, how they're going to affect us as a melanated people, how they have affected us as a melanated people, and why does it we see these same things in our families, we see these same things pan out in our relationships, we see these same things pan out in our workforce, or even in business world, and especially when it comes down to the ATRs. Now, hitting the mark no matter what. I'm going to first not start myself. I'm going to start with what this was all about. And when this came to me to do this, because at the end of the day, I'm the apostle and the shepherd of the saints and the tribe. It's like there's 5 rivers that run into the Garden of Eden. Every one of those rivers and every one of these fashion, whether even in my Patreon, all of these things matter. So I was asking questions to Mother Susan and different ones about what was going on with the saints and the condition, and I wanted to prove a point. And the point that I wanted to prove, that when it comes to black people, we unless it's affecting us directly, we have these ideas that I did my part. There's a saying out there: teamwork makes a dream work. And when you're on a team, when one loses, we all lose. Until black people, melanated people, start understanding that we all have bills, we all have responsibilities, whether we're good at them or not, that's irrelevant. We all have situations and circumstances that may be in our minds more of an emergency or more pertinent than others. And I want to say this before I get started. Also, I want to say to the women, because I did a count, This is why when you're raised by a Virgo, analysis matters. I want to say to the women that I understand why many of you, no matter how much I try to shine and strive to be a light in the eyes of melanated black women, I do understand, and I'm going to say this whether men want to hear it, I do understand why women do not trust men. I understand, and I want men to understand where I'm coming from. When it comes about hitting the mark, it doesn't matter if it's a birthday. It doesn't matter if it's an anniversary. It doesn't matter if it's picking up the chicken from the grocery store. It doesn't matter if it's putting the toilet seat down in the bathroom. It doesn't matter if it's about helping someone go to college or fixing a flat tire. Melanated men have to go the extra mile because we're behind for 500 years of being depicted as men that women should not want to be with. The person and the goal of most women and projected in life, whether gay, straight, or bi, whether in business or employee, is to find a white man. The white man has been depicted in this society as being the be-all, the end-all. And so therefore, if you want to be successful, you have to be with a white man. If you want to prosper, you have to be with a white man. And so therefore, there has been a concerted effort in demeaning who we are and our capabilities and our capacities. When we understand that the mission is bigger than us, and I understand that this may not seem pertinent, but when your daughter has very little to pick and choose for a husband, and you start watching as a mother or a father-in-law how this man does not hit the mark, and all he says he did the best that he can, it matters that this man doesn't understand that it doesn't matter what he does not have. He has to go out and create that. He has to go out and manifest that, because in order for your wife or your side piece to feel secure, that you have to be a provider. Being a provider does not mean that you have everything in your hands. It doesn't mean that as a provider or a protector that you are not have some level of fear when you go up against the bear, the lion, or Goliath. These things are very, very important. This is why I just got off the phone with Chloe. She just asked me not to go out of town today, and she wanted me to be there. I thought it was about the homecoming, but I wasn't for sure. Me showing up, yes, I got other stuff I could be doing, but she's only going to be 16 for a year. Showing up, being Jehovah Shammah, being a very present help in a time of trouble, has nothing to do with what you have on hand. Has nothing to do with that you're rich, because I'm not rich either. I'm striving to get there. Do I have other things that I need to do? Yes. Do I have other bills that I need to do? But this young lady needs to see me. Her father has passed away since 2023. And it is important that she sees me. My niece, the women on my platform. This is why I struggle really hard, because I'm trying to show melanated men what is going on a global stage. What's up, my Boaz? That no matter who you are, where you are still depicted as a provider, as a protector, as a leader in our community. And this is why women will group together before they will trust a man. This is why no matter whether you start a business, it doesn't matter if you start a family or relationship, that gay, straight, or bi, that even in gay relationship, there's a lack of trust. There's a lack of confidence. There's a lack of security from day one. Because the average black American young lady, girl, or whore has not seen the presence of men in a capacity that matters. And whether it is in conjure, whether it is school, whether it is in the grocery store, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be rich. You have to be present. You may not be able to do what the next man does, gay, straight, or bi, but being present, showing up in numbers. This is the same concept that people feel that I've had, and I'm going to just be very honest with you. I had quite a few women call me and tell me, I know that certain men could pay this, and they're not. When a woman, doesn't matter what type of woman it is, when she knows you have the ability to do and you're not doing, sir, I want you to understand that it's going to affect how she perceives you. That it's going to affect how she trusts you. It's going to affect, it's not just my magic. It's not just my spirituality where I have incurred trust, support. It is me showing up. It is me enunciating. It's me letting them know, okay, yes, I said this, but this is what's going on with me. And what women will do, if they trust you as a man, even if you're not, because I have, like, I don't feel 100, but I feel like myself today, but I don't want to claim 100 yet. But women are very forgiving in the sense, if what you doing or not doing makes sense, then they can be grace. They can give grace. They can become grace. And they will make up the difference. The mere fact that on both sides, there were men did not see that it was important all around the world that this challenge will be seen forever. Long as there's a social media, long as there's a network, that this challenge will see that predominantly women brought home the gold. If you're going to be effective hoodooist, voodooist, paleto, santero, and you want, because in every religion, in every form of society, women outnumber men. I'm going to say this again. This doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, or bi. If you're going to sell dicks to women as a gay man, you need to understand this. If you're going to be a woman's friend or hairdresser, you need to understand this. At the end of the day, she still sees you as a man. If somebody comes in there to rob, she's still expecting you to protect. She ain't expecting you to run behind her. Never forget that. These principles don't change. Structure is here for a reason. So I want to say to the women on both sides of the tribe and of the saints, I do apologize. I did not participate because I did not want to hit the mark either way. One of the things that have made me successful is I don't wait on people. When there's a goal, I strive to hit the goal. I don't say, and even in my family, even in my relationships, as the man, I assume the responsibility. When you have that mindset as a conjurer, as a mystic, as an agi, as a prayer warrior, these things change the views and the energy of women, which is chaos energy. And women respect that. No matter who she is, where she comes from, she's going to respect that. Even if you miss the mark, when you have really did the best that you can do, they're going to bless you. While you talking about worried about me calling you out, that's not the goal of this. Because at the end of the day, it's what you want your life to speak for you. These are the things that I do constantly. Now, normally, in these situations and these circumstances, what would happen is I would make up the difference. This is why I use the terminology assisting. Nobody's footing the bill completely. This is assistance. These are the things, sir, that you have to understand. Women are always watching. Don't matter what type of woman she is. King Solomon was judging the Queen of Sheba just like he was judging the two harlots. It doesn't matter what spectrum of woman it is. That's still chaos energy. And a part of your success in this life is understanding why it is important that you show up. Jehovah Shammah is the name, the divine name, if you want to understand where I'm coming from. Being a very present help in a time of trouble. Even when my baby Scorpio was telling me about what was going on, and I had a lot of stuff going on at that time, and I wasn't even feeling it, I knew it still was important to show up. I'm going to say this again, sir. Whether you work with me or not, whether you do any conjure with me or not, even my kids say, Dad, if you're late, long as you show up. It matters. Whether you show up at the polls, voting, whether you show up at the classroom, at the PTA meeting, sir, if you show up at the orgies, you need to show up at the PTA meeting. If you show up at the side chick house, show up at the hospital when the child showing up. There's many ways to show up. And as a man, you will learn how to show up in very, very, very different ways, and you will learn how to be a communicator. Because the only thing that is my concern is that they know I'm there. I'm not just going to say I'm there in spirit. I'm there present, whether that is with a gift, whether that's with an action, whether that I learned how to be present, even when I can't be in multiple places at one time physically. You want to be successful? You want to know why my numbers keep manifesting? You want to know why no matter what I go through, I overcome? Because I have understood that concept very early on. It doesn't matter how strong a woman is. It doesn't matter how financially sufficient she is. It doesn't matter how spiritually powerful she is. She still wants you to show up. If she can herself pay that $1,500 and the $1,200, she still wants you to show up. If she can take care of your kids without you, she still wants you to show up. Are you hearing me, sir? It matters. And that's why this challenge on this Saturn day has spoken volumes. Priorities. No one asked anybody to lose their car. Nobody asked nobody to lose their rent. These are the things that make Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. as effective and as powerful and as solid as I have been. I don't have to be perfect. None of these women on this platform thinks that Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. is perfect. None of them. What they do know is whether I talk to him or not, he's present. Whether he comes on the live or not, he's present. That, sir, alone gives your clientele and your support team and your chaos beings, which are women, a peace of mind. This could have been $1,200 or $1,500 to keep somebody, a mother, from getting evicted. This could have been money for somebody's medication. This could have been money for various of things. When something is presented to you, sir and ma'am, whether you're an uncle, whether you're a cousin, doesn't matter. This is something that I've often told my sister Gemini. She always trying to do stuff on her own. And I'm constantly telling her. And she was, even before now, my nephew homecoming, so I have to go and buy him. I'm going to buy his clothes regardless. But my sister jumped up and do it because she don't have confidence. Her dad was not there. No matter how many times her brothers or uncles or whatever, she feels like she has to do it on her own. This is what we're continuing with when it comes to chaos energy. Even in my bloodline, my mother is the way that she is because her father wasn't there. So it doesn't matter how many times I have been successful. No, it doesn't matter how many times I have overcome things as her son. She does not have confidence Because when your dad does not show up, when my mother was a baby and my grandmother was in the hospital, my grandmother was calling around trying to find my grandfather. He was out hole hopping. And her brother showed up. It doesn't matter how many times somebody else shows up. It affects a child when the daddy don't show up. It don't matter if the uncle show up. It don't matter if the cousin show up. It affects her tremendously when you are not present. You don't have to have all the money. You don't have to have all of the talent. You don't have all the business. You showing up matters. That's the secret sauce to manifestation. I did the total for the tribe. I did the total for the saints. The saints, and I'm going to be fair because I like to keep it. I raised by Virgo. The saints knew about this challenge before the tribe did. The saints also had a head start. The saints were the first givers. The first donation came in was for the saints, and a woman did it. I'm making a distinction, guys. This is real. This is real, sir. I'm talking about if you want doors to open for you, when chaos energy knows you will show up, they will open up the door. Why open up a door of opportunity for you when she don't think you're going to show up? Why you think women, no matter what profession, no matter what society that they are, they come together? Even when Kamala Harris became the nominee, women outgave men. Women are going to turn out in votes more than men. Sir, we still need you to show up. I don't care if you are outnumbered in your family and there's more women than men. Show up. Stand up. Be present. It matters. I promise you. Energetically, it matters. Okay, drum roll. The saints were given $1,200. $300 less than the tribe. This started on October the 2nd, 2024, and it ended 12 o'clock today. I'm going to check my cash out one more time because I don't want nobody lying on me. Because I did have some money to come in this morning. Okay, everything. So these are the numbers. I had to call Mother Susan because she had sent some money, but that was her normal money that she sent, so I could not put that with the saints. I want to be fair. So the saints were given $1,200, which was $300 less than the tribe. The saints were also informed before the tribe. The saints also got a jump start because they gave. So what I did was I later on, because I was gonna wait till that night to let the tribe know, but then I realized how the saints were moving, and so I started texting different ones in the saints. Tribe, and so the tribe started assimilating themselves and started getting the news out to everybody else, and so I posted what have you. So the saints, out of the 1,200, from October the 2nd to the day, October the 5th, out of the 1,200, they came up with $875, which the difference is $325. After having a head start, after even giving a lesser amount, and after having a jump start. The tribe, after being behind the ball, after being, come on, Lord. After being behind the ball, being the last being informed, after being given more responsibility, their goal was $1,500 from October the 2nd to October 15th. The tribe came up with $1,014. They missed their goal by $486. I want to say this. After the tribe with disadvantages, now I want y'all to understand this everyday life. There's going to be some situations that you're going to have the advantage. And you're going to be like the hare and the tortoise. And you're going to feel like because you had a jump start, you were informed first, that you're going to win. You're going to hit your mark. And you become lazy and you become complacent. Teamwork make a dream work. One of the things that I saw in the Saints is their level of competitiveness with certain people. And so they came out the gate. They also had women that were willing to sacrifice. They had other stuff going on and they were willing to sacrifice. On both sides, I saw a lot of sacrificing from women. I saw men doing just enough. I saw men doing this is the best I can do. I seen some other men actually giving what they had. That's to be respected. But there are other guys that decided not to participate because they didn't see the importance. When you walk into a room, and I want y'all to understand this, all you have is your respect. It is not my clothing. It is not my articulation. It's not my gifting. When people don't respect you, no matter who you are, you're not going to go far. My grandmother always told me, money, respect will take you where money can't. There are certain men that lost in the Saints, lost a lot of respect today. There's men in the tribe that gain respect. And there are men in this tribe that lost respect. Nobody controls what you do. What's important to conjure mysticism is being present. Understanding the goal. Understanding the mission. Even though, at the end of the day, black people, the tribe missed the mark. They were given more responsibility. They were given less time. They were given less opportunity. But yet, at the end of the day, it still was achievable. I'm going to say it again. There are people on both spectrums of the tribe and the Saints that have the capacity to pay this by themselves. They didn't see a need to pay it by themselves, but they had the capacity. If 15 people in the tribe that gave $100, there would be strain on nobody. If 12 people in the Saints have gave $100, there would be no strain. There were people giving more than they should have had to give because there were people that were giving less or none. This is what happens in families. This is what happens in relationships. This is what happens in covens. This is what happens with melanated people on jobs. If we are truly to return to the state of gods and goddesses, these type of exercises shows us no matter where we are. And I say this because I was laughing. Mother Susan did not have any faith in the Saints. So Mother Susan wanted to switch out. She didn't want to be a part of the Saints. She wanted to be a part of the tribe. She said, because I watched them come in and I could watch them do what they did. But I explained to her, no matter what the tribe does, no matter what the Saints do, no matter what the Patreons do, I'm the head. When you, as a black man, want to be the head of something, you have to be responsible to hit the mark. That's why I'm wearing chosen. Talking about what your mama didn't do, talking about what your wife didn't do, talking about how your family don't support you, at the end of the day, sir, none of that matters. At the end of the day, the light bill got to be paid. At the end of the day, the mortgage got to be paid. At the end of the day, things have to happen. Whether you find yourself as a man given more responsibility, or you find yourself as a man being given less responsibility. At the end of the day, sir and ma'am, if you don't hit the mark, you don't hit the mark. That means eviction goes through. That means that that child doesn't go on that field trip. That means that that child doesn't have what it needs to go to school. That means that that wife has to ride around on that Maypop tire. That means that that child has to wear the other sibling's shoes. When you don't hit the mark and you don't have the mindset that is necessary to be leader, I don't walk around talking about what somebody else got to do or what somebody else could do. I look at within myself, what do I have the capacity of doing about this situation? When I get your problems on my desk or on my text messages, the first thing I do is figure out how much of this ground can I cover all by myself. I'm going to say this again, sir and ma'am. The reason why I have stretched myself to the limits that I have stretched myself is because I do not put responsibility on nobody. I don't care who on the team. When you trying to hit a goal, when you trying to accomplish something, I told Mother Susan that, I said, every goal that I put out there, you see I hit it. Because I don't sit around and wait on what another man or woman gonna do. I get up my ass and I figure out what I have the capacity of doing. The Bible says, sit down counting up the cost. I figure out what kind of biddies I got. I don't care if it's about putting groceries in the house. I don't care if it's about putting pillows on the bed. I don't care if it's about keeping gas in the car. I don't care if it's about buying a conjurer. I don't care if it's about healing the sick or raising the dead. You have to hit the mark. A part of your learning my classes and watching me is learning that how you can target and hit that mark regardless. No matter who do. This is when you hear me make the statement, with or without you, I'm going to get this done. I'd rather do it with you, but I would get it done without you. Because I'm going to do that. With that mindset, sir, as a conjurer, as a prayer warrior, as a provider, you become a force to be reckoned with all by yourself. And so therefore, if people assist you, you get there faster. You get there more solid. You get there with less strain. As the Bible says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. But at the end of the day, sir, your job is to hit the mark. The fact that you don't understand that you had the opportunity in front of all of these people, just because you don't see that many people watching now, they will see this again. This had to do with, this whole platform has to do with melanated men. This is why you hear me tell y'all, my makeup game is strong. Even when you fall and you miss the mark, sir. It matters that you make up. It matters. This is why I look at it and I say, okay, normally I would, if the tribe missed the $486, I come up with it. If the Saints missed the $325, I come up with it. A lot of times my ex-wife, she was like, oh, we'll go 50-50. My son, just use an example, my son wanted drums. And I'll go I find out from him what drums he wants and then go get it. She always say 50-50, but I always end up paying more than the 50. But that's all right, because that's every woman expected. Matter of fact, she wants you really to pay it all. If you want to know the truth. When a woman comes to me with a problem, she's not really thinking about whether she can afford it or not. She's there in front of you because she wants you to fix it. I'm going to say this again, sir. Hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo. To be a problem solver, you can't go into a situation talking about you did what you could. You did, I gave enough. Every time she sees you hit that mark, you're going to earn respect with her. I felt really bad for the Saints. Because, let me explain to you guys something. When women know what you can do and you don't do it, it changes the energy. I told you everything. I'm smart, y'all. I'm clever. I'm witty. I do things for a reason. Because you want to know why I have what I have. And you say, he a man just like I'm a man. Why he got it and I don't? Because I show up. When these ladies come to me with their situations and circumstances, my main objective, no matter if I'm at work, no matter whether I'm feeling good, no matter what is going on with me, I begin to fill in the blank. Oh, Mary, little lamb. I know that story. I'm telling you. It is not because you scratched or initiated or not. It's because you don't understand why it is important to show up. You want to show up how you want to show up. But if you're trying to gain your respect in this thing called life, you have to show up in a certain way that can be respected. At the end of the day, the tribe missed, we hungry. At the end of the day, the saints missed, we thirsty. Because 99.5 won't do. That was the purpose of telling you guys about getting your graveyard work. Stop being okay with missing the mark. Stop being okay with saying, I did the best that I can. Stop being okay with the simple fact that if you had planned, if you had considered who you were interacting with, if you had considered your teammate, all of you guys that have this mentality, it doesn't affect me. You don't understand energy. This is not about a get in your pocket, sir. I'm going to say this again, sir. This has absolutely nothing to do with getting in your pocket. This has to do with energy. And if we're going to break cycles, we have to show up. That's why when you see me on these lives, no matter how I'm feeling, you know, unless something is seriously going on or I have certain appointments or ceremonies I can do, I don't come on. But other than that, I'm there. I am consistent. It builds character. It builds trust. When I call out certain names, I'm calling out because they're there. It has nothing to do with favoritism. They're there. I know the ones that are doing just enough. I know the ones that are doing all they can. And I commend that. Either way. But life is about hitting the mark. Life is about hitting the mark. Become a sharpshooter. And you must become skillful. That when you are presented with problems, situations, and circumstances, do you have in your apothecary? Do you have in your mental capacity? Do you have the emotional stability to hit that mark? People in my tribe, and people in, especially my saints, they want to complain about other people. You did not stop what you had to do. Or you did not stop with what you were doing to make sure that mark was hit. When I was going after the crowning and I was going after the cauldrons and all of that, I sacrificed a many of things to hit that mark. When you hear parents, when you hear leaders and you hear people in position and they talking about their goals and how they hit those goals were hit with a sacrifice. 2, 3, maybe 12. But no one achieves their mark without some form of sacrifice. That comes along with the territory. There's a lot of things that I could have been doing and saying, well, you know, I still got my bills, I got my house, I got this, I got that going on. I was intending to hit that mark. I was intending to hit that mark each and every time. I did not go to the dentist trying to hit that mark. I did not replace my water heater trying to hit that mark. I did not pay certain bills trying to hit that mark. My victories that you see me achieve in my church every Sunday and every month that you see bills are paid in my church, it has nothing to do with the saints. As I'm determined that apostolic faith of Jesus Christ is not going to close. So I hit them numbers every month. I grind every month. I make sure that website is functioning every month. These are the skills you gain when you take responsibility. The mere fact that you want to walk with certain people, you want to talk with certain people, and you don't feel accountable, it's a problem. The mere fact that you're looking and saying, well, I'm not going to do because they can do. Baby, when you miss the mark, we all miss the mark. When one lose, we all lose. The reason why we have not achieved what we could achieve as a people is because of the mentality. It doesn't matter what the money was for. It matters that Chief Apostle presented it to you. The mere fact that you know he don't do anything without a purpose behind it. That's confidence and that's trust. But it's good to see the competitive nature of the difference with the tribe versus the saints. You may be able to beat your chest on one end, but at the end of the day, the tribe still lost. Didn't hit the mark. At the end of the day, you might be able to beat your chest on as a saint and say, well, I did contribute, I did support, but you still missed the mark. Until black people stop thinking like that, until we realize that it doesn't matter that I made it over. If I didn't throw a rope back to help somebody else make it over, what was the point? I didn't get these cauldrons for Chief Apostle either because I know it's bigger than me. I went through what I went through in my body. I think my body was happening. My body has adjusted to Kobiende and all these other energies. And so I'm feeling, like yesterday I felt really, really good. Feel good today, but I just ain't claimed 100 yet. Because I still got still some stuff going on. But pretty much I feel like myself. I want you to understand, hitting the mark is an acquired skill. Air sign, water sign, fire sign, or earth sign. When you see a man or woman that whatever they set out to do, they accomplish, that person has a skill that they have acquired. And they've had the same distractions that you had. They've had the same type of teammates you had. They've had the same setbacks that you had. But the difference is their mind was made up. They were pressing forward for the prize of the high calling. They were going to hit that mark. If they had to fall off the cliff to hit that mark. If they had to jump higher than they ever jumped before to hit that mark. If they had to sacrifice, if they had to lose sleep. See, when you intend to accomplish something, it's not that you don't recognize who is and who ain't and who doing. It's always the people that's always wanting somebody else to help them hit the mark. When you trying to hit the mark, baby, it don't matter. See, in basketball, it doesn't matter who kicked the ball down the court. You need to retrieve that ball before it goes out of bounds. I'm going to say that again. It doesn't matter who kicked the ball, whether it's your teammate did it or the other teammate did it. You want to retrieve that ball for your team before it goes out of bounds. To sit there on the court and say, well, it wasn't me that kicked the ball. You're not a team player. Sir, that's why you people in your family feel the way they feel about you. Ma'am, that mindset, that not waiting and not realizing that you can't raise that child by yourself, your child gonna miss the mark because you're selfish. Because you can only give your child so much. You can't give your child what you have to offer. And in this life, and living this life, especially up on the Capricorn, it ain't gonna be enough. You don't know what it's gonna take for that child to achieve its goals and dreams in life. You don't know what it's gonna take mentally for that child to be able to have it as an experience so that child can be able to hit his or her mark. You don't know what kind of distractions that your child gonna have to go through and learn how to overlook and go beyond that. Huh? You don't know if they, just because they might have a deadbeat dad, might end up with a deadbeat on their team and their job. If they learn how to hit that mark in spite of that deadbeat, no matter if it's daddy, no matter if it's friend, don't matter if it's mama, or don't matter. When you learn how to hit your target in spite of the distractions, in spite of the just enough, that's what I have learned in these years. I learned to take whatever people do and still hit my mark. Because I'm not going to allow somebody to make me come up short because they don't understand the objective. Nobody has to believe in your vision. Nobody has to believe in your dream. You do. And you the one need to hit that mark. So whether that is you taking care of your child, whether that's you paying your business, whether that is you going to the next level, you should always, especially as a man, be first partakers of the fruit. That is my message. That is the reason. That is the method behind my madness. Hitting the mark. It doesn't matter what it is. Mother Susan's level of confidence is not in my magic. It's her watching me hit my target each and every time. Your confidence is not because I'm Chief Apostle Samuel Jr., because I light candles and burn incense. It's my ability to hit my target. When you say Chief Apostle Ely is going out there to make sure we eat, you have peace, because I'm not going to stop until I bring something back to eat. I'm not going to come back here telling you about the one that got away, because yeah, that might have got away, but I got something else. Because I'm not going to stop, because I believe I'm a provider. I believe I'm a provider. So even if the fish pop the hook, I'm going to continue to fish, because I got to provide. I want to talk to somebody. It doesn't matter what happened. And maybe you did put a lot of time in, and maybe it did not come through like you want to, but I'm still not coming home until I provide. That is what Ochosi is. Ochosi, when you give Ochosi something, he don't stop until he gets it. When you want to work with an Egun or a Moreto or an ancestor that don't stop until they get it, you got yourself something. When you got a Tata Mambo, when you got a Tata Mambo that is not going to allow any form of distraction, they praying for your healing. They don't want to hear what the doctor got to say. They just target. Because at the end of the day, they're asking God for you to be made whole. I could have used anything for a distraction to miss my target. I could have used any excuse for the saints, any excuse for the tribe, any excuse for the Patreon, because that's what black people do. We find reasons to justify not hitting the mark. Let me explain something to you, sir, and I'm not trying to be nasty. You don't have to have a lot of dick to give an orgasm, gay, straight, or bi. You just need to hit that spot. That spot ain't 8, 9, and 10 inches inside the vagina or the anus. A man's G-spot is not that very far. You just don't know how to hit your spot. You don't know how to hit the target. It's not that your enemies are so powerful. It's just you don't know how to target your enemy. It's not that your sickness is so overwhelming and out of control, you don't know how to target. It's not that your finances are so beyond you. It's that you don't know how to target. One of the things that I have learned from my Virgo mother is I don't care how thick your armor is, I find a weakness in that armor. And Natasha, what I do as a Sagittarius with my arrow, if I got to bend and twist to hit that spot, to knock that whole armor loose. You got everything else covered, but I don't spot it where I can disarm you. You can't just be good at what you do. You got to be good at targeting what you're trying to accomplish. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a short-term goal. I don't care if it's a long-term goal. I don't care if it's trying to keep a healthy relationship or a healthy friendship. You have to learn how to focus and target. And you don't stop until you hit your mark. You hear me? This right here should have been achievable for the saints. Now take that back. It was achievable for the saints, and it was achievable for the tribe. In life, I don't make excuses. I don't care if I do miss. I don't make excuses. And because I'm an archer, I pack more than one arrow. When you out here in life, you don't know what you're going to have to face. And you're going to have more than one hit 'em, quit 'em. You're going to have the multiple weaponry. You're going to have multiple strategies. You're going to have multiple emotions to have. Because guess what? If hope don't do it, and faith don't do it, if love don't do it, maybe inspiration will do it. You got to find an emotion that motivates you to get and hit your target. If mentally, if the music don't do it, fine. If poetry don't do it, fine. If reading a book don't do it, fine. If watching a video don't do it, you need to find something to stimulate your mind, to keep your mind in the game, to hit that target. If the first thing you take as a fire sign don't do it, if it don't happen the first time, if it don't happen the second time, where there's a will, there's a way. The mere fact that you have given up and you still got time on the clock is unacceptable. The mere fact that we're in overtime and you're sitting down, you already packing up, putting your stuff in your grip bag, in your backpack. What's wrong with you? The team is still in play. This is why we need to learn as a black people to value things. A lot of you guys would never have thought that this much sits in this challenge. But it does. It said a lot about the men. It said a lot about the women. It said a lot about confidence. It says a lot about stuff. This is not me trying to get you just to be doing stuff and doing stuff. No. This is the stuff that I developed. This is why apostolic is where it is right now. Because I was the type of person, even though Minister Mario passed, I still hit my target. Even though the saints were acting up on me, I still hit my target. Even though my family and my children were walking off from me, I still hit my target. Even though that people fell short and people stepped in here and there and spurt, inconsistent, but whatever. I might have to feed off fish today and eat venison tomorrow. But we gonna eat, damn it. The idea I had yesterday worked for yesterday, but now I gotta renew my mind today. What I was making yesterday was sufficient, but today I gotta create something that's gonna give me what I need. I don't sit there because things are changing in my life and say, oh, well, I can't hit the mark because this is what it is. No, what do I need? Okay, give me them 2 fish, 5 loaves of bread. All right, Jehovah Jireh, let's see what you're going to do. Okay, Jehovah Jireh, you can't do it? All right, Elohim, let's see what you can create. That's why you should be taking out your time to study, so when you find yourself in these situations, you have the mental capacity, you have the emotional capacity, you have the physical capacity. That's why it's important to you and for you as an individual. And then when you become a part of a tribe or a tree or a tribe or a coven or elate, then you become essential. When you become a part of a family unit, you become essential. Yes, everybody gonna call on you because you know how to play ball. You know how to hit that target. This is why they like Steph Curry. Steph Curry can be in a full fall and still get that point in there. Somebody could be blocking him. He's still going to hit that target. Michael Jordan had enough hang time to hit that target. Everybody got different abilities and talent. But at the end of the day, that target got to be hit. And the fact that you can sit there and know that you did not hit the target, or we did not hit the target as a group, it's not satisfactory. And the fact that we are capable of hitting that target. Are you understanding? It ain't just this situation, it's anything in life. That's why this is a universal law of teaching. This makes things either happen or not happen in your life. I have faced many of things and did not know the outcome was going to be. But one thing I did was I went into it with what I knew, and I went into that with the mindset of hitting that target. When the situation with Minister Mario, when I had hit the target about bringing and manifesting the money, and then the young lady decided to go another way and went to spend the money on buying purses and shoes, and then I bring the money to me like they agreed, I know that was going to hinder me from hitting my target. See, only time I get upset when you interfere in my calculations. This is why I don't like putting responsibility on people that don't understand and value responsibility. Stop asking me for responsibility when you're inconsistent, when you're unfaithful, when you're wishy-washy. Stop asking me to look at you in a certain type of way when you have excuses about why you can't hit your target. Because at the end of the day, sir, man, it doesn't matter. If Harriet Tubman had that mentality, she would not have freed the slaves. She had to kill a couple. This is why I say that there's people practicing the ATRs that should not be in leadership positions. They're not good examples. They don't have to be perfect. They don't understand that they're not teaching you skills. They're not teaching you how to hit your target. So you would have more confidence in voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Christianity if you were hitting your target. I don't give up. I'll give up when I die. I've had people, I was praying for them and they had went to court and the judge had given, rendered them a sentence, and I still was praying. And eventually things start unraveling and start going in the direction that I want. I don't give up because a doctor gave a report. I don't give up because you got only 3% chance. I don't give up because that's not my mentality. My job is to go in to hit that mark. Whether that is 100 yards away, whether it's 500 yards away. Because depending on how far away it is, how much I need, how much strength I need. That's why I went to go get those cauldrons to help strengthen me. So some of those targets that I needed to hit were further down the road. You understand? See, when you ask for strength, it should be to put you in a position to hit those goals that are long term. Not to climb the rough side of the mountain. Don't waste it on that. But the further that arrow needs to go, the more I got to pull on that string. Is anybody hearing what I'm saying? The further off your target is, and the more you got to shoot through, the more strength and force you got to put behind that arrow. And you got to be able to measure, if I release this arrow right now, does it have enough force and velocity in it to not only go through what it need to go through, but also hit my target? That's mathematics, baby. For you to think that you're going to achieve certain goals and don't sit down and count up the cost, I don't have to take you serious. I don't. What's up there, Alicia? I don't have to take you serious. I don't care what you want to practice. Because I know what it costs. I know what it takes to be successful. I know what it takes to overcome. I know what it takes to go beyond distraction. Every religion teaches you something. Don't get caught up in one or any religion. Figure out what you need to know to hit your target. A lot of these people, they feel like they were going to beat me because they had more experience in Ifa. They had more experience in Ocha. And I took voodoo and hoodoo and I put the what's happening to their ass. Huh? Because at the end of the day, it's about hitting your target. It ain't about what you're practicing. Because if you can't hit your target, don't matter if you practice hoodoo, voodoo, Kamdamle, Apollo, Kabbalah, it don't matter. If you ain't hitting your target, your supervisor's still going to work. And you've been praying on them for 3 years. You ain't hitting your target, baby. It's just that simple. Your prayers are ineffective. Now, I hope that this open your understanding of Saturn energy. This is why Saturn don't let you cheat. Saturn want to make sure you know your shit. That you can accomplish your goal. No, it's not easy. But Saturn gonna make sure you earn. He's a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Find you a Capricorn. find you an Aquarius, somebody had those placements, and they have achieved, they know their shit. And they're going to hit their target. Each and every time. My destiny is in Capricorn. I am meant to hit my goal. But not without sacrifice, not without distraction, not without people up and down, in and out. When I make up in my mind, that's what I'm going after. Hell or high water. When I told y'all I was going after them bitches, I meant that. Hell or high water. Anything I set my mind to do, whatever I have to do to achieve that, I'm going to hit that mark. I'm not going to sit there talking about what they doing on my job, what they doing at the church, what they doing. I don't do none of that. Huh? That's why a hunter is somebody that knows the terrain. A hunter does not cry over spilled milk. Got to keep moving. When I was going through those situations and circumstances, and the church were doing what they're doing, and people were acting crazy and all that, I just kept it pushing. I kept it pushing. I kept it pushing. You sitting here talking about what I missed, what was missed, it don't get me to the goal. So I don't have time for it. I can talk about it now because I done hit the mark. Some of y'all talking and having conversation in a place in your life, you don't need to be talking, you need to keep it moving. You have not hit your goal. Now, later on, after hitting your goal, if you want to reflect over mistakes or whatever you feel about it, that's fine. But right now, you have not hit your target. So you must keep it moving. I hope this helped. Hold on, let me burn this for love. I don't give up. I'm still doing work for Minister Mario right now, and he been dead since June 21st, 2023. You ain't recognize I don't give up? I still venerating? Because when I believe in something, I believe in it. When I believe in God gonna heal you, or I believe God gonna turn you to well, I don't stop. I don't know why you stop, but I don't stop. This is for my Taurus 7th chakra instant. And then I'm going to mix that with healing. Men, if you don't learn nothing else from Apostle Eden, learn the importance of gaining your skill and your resource so you can show up and be present. That is what's important. Chloe doesn't care literally where we go and eat. Only thing she really cares about that I show up. That's all she really cares about. Huh? That whatever I do, I make myself present. Whether it's through a gift, whether it's through a phone call, whether it's through a text, whatever I need to do to let them know I'm thinking about you, I got you. That's why I do what I do. Never get mad with Saturn energy when Saturn trying to teach you how to hit that mark. Oh, hold on. I didn't throw that away because I'm sick of them. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for participating in this. In any facet that you did participate, whether it's on the tribe side, whether it's on the same side, but at the end of the day, we all together. And I really, really appreciate many of you guys. Even though you may not understood what was going on, you still participated. And now we have a good physical lesson that every person that watched this video can watch and say, oh my God, I never looked at it like that. As a melanated man, as a melanated woman, the seriousness of this could have been somebody's medicine. It could be anything. It could be a birthday party. It could be anything. And why is it significant? And why energetically it matters. If you want the confidence of melanated women, you must become Jehovah Shammah. You must be there. And even if I give you the answers, you're still going to fail if you don't understand the concept. I have told you all, I'm Miyagi, you Daniel-san. I can show you how to win. I don't care who you is. I'm a strategist. If your money right, your mind right, you willing to work, oh, I can show you how to win. And let me tell you something. Even when it comes down to my enemies, it's one thing when you sitting out there taking all your time trying to bring somebody down. But see, my enemy still got, I'm still tagging that ass and still looking good. I'm still tagging that ass and I'm waxing somebody else's ass. You understand? You know what? Somebody beating your ass and they still enjoying life. Somebody putting what's happening on your ass and they still enjoying, they still out here fulfilling the will of God in their life. Like, imagine how they really feel watching me accomplish my goal and knock the fire out their ass. I like what Natasha said. This man can roast somebody and still stay on topic. I'm trying to teach y'all. Observe, watch, and then target. It's like a fly. You spotted them, and they're going to keep on. And they're going to keep on. I'm going to do what I'm going to still do. And eventually I'm going to... Now your ass got to go to fly heaven or hell for no reason. When you could have went on about your business. That's all I'm trying to teach you. My teachings work. My conjure work. My rationale down the road makes sense. My madness has a mythology to it. I don't care if you don't understand it. I don't care if you think that it's too much. At the end of the day, when you get developed and you become who God and God has meant for you to be, then you'll come back and say, Chief Apostle, thank you so very much. At the time, I didn't get it. At the time, I thought you had been mean. At the time, you know how many times I done heard that? Do you know how many times in such a short life of 51 years old, I've heard that? I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm doing it. And if I got you as my best interest, I know why I'm telling you what I'm telling you. It's up to you to figure that out. When I say I got plans for you, if I have told any man on this platform I got plans for you, it matters that you show up and be present in front of these women. Because I can't sell you to these women when you did not show up. They're not them kind of women. I'm going to say this again, sir. Gay, straight, or bi. If I have come to you and told you that I got plans for you, and when we're doing certain things with the women, no matter what the project is, you must show up and be present and accounted for. Because I cannot sell an absentee to smart women. I'm going to say this again, sir. I cannot sell you to them when you were absent. When you did just enough and they knew and they were fully aware you had the capacity to fulfill obligation. I can't sell that. Then I have to find somewhere else for you to fit. Some of y'all really changed the trajectory of what I had planned for you because you didn't understand. You have to earn the respect of this. This is why God told Moses, take Joshua and anoint him and appoint him in front of the people. That everybody would know, when I come and take you, this is the man. This is the woman. Every opportunity God gives you to present yourself. And Apostle Ely done said in front of the congregation that this is what I got planned for him and her. Everybody watching. That's no different than the Democratic or the Republican nomination. When I present you, you don't have to be perfect, but you got to make it hard for them to discredit you as a leader in my church. Because I have so many people say, well, I listen to you, but I can't listen to them. I can't take them seriously. Because they're absentee. Not just financially, they're absentee physically. They in and out, up and down. How can you move forward in anything when you're absent? Make it make sense. How can I put you in leadership position and you everywhere but present? Do you know how much money I really make? Do you know how much I can really travel? When they ask me where you at, now I got to tell them you on a cruise. You on a plane. While we going through warfare, you doing pleasure. That's a hard pill to swallow. How do I convince this tribe? How do I convince the saints to listen to you when they knew that we were in warfare and we were up under siege and you were doing pleasure? Ain't that what Uriah told David? How am I going to go and pleasure my wife when my men are out there fighting? Do you have any integrity, sir? Do you have any integrity, ma'am? How do I sell you to them when they know that you were out here doing pleasure? While we out here trying to get it. We out here trying to turn around stuff. We out here trying to heal people. We doing all of that and you getting pleasure? It's a time for pleasure, but this ain't the time. Take this wisdom how you want to. I hope this helped. I got to go get Chloe because I have to go get her. And I'll talk to you guys later. Love you. Appreciate you. Once again, thank you for participating in this challenge because it made a difference. All right? God bless.